What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the worst looking video we've ever made, but somebody forgot the ring light.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Oh, I was going to leave it at somebody and let them guess. You know what? You know what? That's very mature of you, taking ownership.
Yeah, I fucked up. I don't know what to tell you.
This is The Mandalorian, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. Mm-hmm. We're in London for Star Wars Celebration. Our panel will have already happened before this goes live on the internet because everything's going up late because jet lag, it does weird things to your body.
Yeah, but like if you're watching this and you're like, wow, what panel? Go check that out.
It's live on the channel now because it went live yesterday. So go check out our panel about Battle Scars by Sam Maggs. But for now, we're going to watch this episode. This might go up on YouTube. If you're seeing this, then we decided it doesn't look so bad. But we'll we're both wearing beige in a beige room in the dark. So this is The Mandalorian. We have to watch it before Star Wars Celebration. We can't wait or else we'll get spoiled. So let's do this. Yeah. This is Guns for Hire. If you want the full length reaction, go to patreon.com. That might be the only place this is. So patreon.com/nerdynightly.
Hey, patrons.
Patrons, sync up your dang devices in 3... I think this is the way we're going to do this. So we're going to just 3, 2, 1.
Where is the stolen fleet?
Making their way through the galaxy as mercenaries.
Making my way downtown, walking fast. And I'm homebound.
Ooh.
I feel like we're going to get some Darksaber conversations in this episode.
You think?
It's being brought up a lot in the recap. It's also a long recap.
Our people have strayed from the way.
I'm hoping they do a better job explaining why this was okay. Mm-hmm. Because it kind of feels like
is going off to bring
it felt random.
In exile to us, so that we may join together once again.
But she shows her face.
And I get it. You have Katie Sackhoff. She's impossibly beautiful. Why hide it? But
yeah.
Emily Swallow is also impossibly beautiful, and she's been under the helmet for 3 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of just you're special. You're special.
You walk in both worlds.
Din is the fuck?
Din's I've been to 50 worlds on this show. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Ooh. It's a big ship. A snack for you, General. Wow, this looks incredible.
Yeah,
holy
what
shit.
The hell?
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. I guess the captain gets the pleasure of being in the water. Everyone else has to be fucking dry.
We are not Imperial either.
Oh!
We are Mandalorian. And sadly, you're too late to hire us.
Oh shit.
I won't go. We love each other.
Damn. This is crazy.
Is that the prince?
Please go. I can't destroy everything I've built for a childish fling.
Is that all this was to you?
This is sweet.
And I will always love you.
New kink unlocked?
For some people, the 10.
Wow, they got to the bridge real quick.
Yeah.
I thought Mandalorians were honorable.
We are, kid. All it takes is a few credits.
They were honorable. They killed nobody.
Yeah,
they were super chill about it. They were like, look, we just gotta do the thing, and then we'll leave you alone. We're not gonna kill anybody. That was nice of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, real nice.
What's up, Bo? We're drinking tea because Britain. A proper cuppa. All the Brits just turned out of the video. They're like, no.
Yeah. They're like, no, that's the line. Fuck off.
I'll land outside the fleet's perimeter. It's probably best if we go on foot.
They're on a mission. Is this what Mandalorians consider a date?
Welcome to Pleasure 15, the Outer Rim's only remaining direct democracy. You've been assigned a docking slip. You will be guided on the assigned path.
Okay. They probably didn't want it to seem like they were being aggressive, so they just took one ship.
In control of the ship. I guess we're going for a ride.
I love that Grogu's like, Dad, I'm gonna go sit with Mom for a bit.
Yeah.
She's got the nice view out the window. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Epcot.
Yeah, basically.
They should go on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. It's fantastic.
So good.
That roller coaster?
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn.
Welcome to Plazier 15. Please proceed to your Hyperloop pod.
The all black is sleek.
Yeah.
God damn.
Perhaps at a later time.
Please do not attempt to leave the vehicle. This is not a request.
Well, okay then.
This is interesting.
This literally feels like Disney. Like they're on a ride at Disney.
Yeah, but like
around Epcot Center.
This is how people who view Disney as like the ultimate evil view Disney. Where like once you're there, you have no control and Disney owns your soul.
Right.
This planet's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fake Naboo. You know what I mean? Like someone artificially tried to recreate Naboo on another planet.
Wow.
Join us! Come!
Is that...
It's a party!
Is that Jack Black?
Mandalorians!
Yes,
What
it
the
is!
fuck is happening?
Take a little sip.
Is that Lizzo?
Yes, it is!
Okay.
Lizzo is in Star Wars. Goddamn.
If she doesn't play a space flute...
I'll be very upset.
Yeah.
In the room.
My family served as nobility since it was originally settled, and we fell in love.
All right.
Could I perhaps hold the baby?
He doesn't take kindly to strangers.
The way to Grogu's heart is so easy. It's just food.
Yeah.
See, it was time for our planet to move into a new age. We held direct democratic elections.
Grogu's never been happier.
Yeah. Lizzo got to hold Grogu.
Jealous. This is wild.
Yeah.
Did they plan this because they knew Super Mario was coming out this weekend?
I don't know.
Right this way. We'll just be a moment. Enjoy your meal. Don't get up.
Oh.
Still wearing the Imperial, like, thingy.
That's the amnesty program. He has to wear it.
I have a problem.
Yes?
A droid problem.
What kind of droid problem?
Malfunction.
A coordinated malfunction.
We think.
They were completely rehabilitated for peaceful purposes exclusively.
We thought.
They were, my love. I personally oversaw the program.
They're kind of great together.
Yeah. Love that she has a holographic cape.
It's pretty rad.
Or train, I guess.
Constables are ill-equipped to confront battle droids.
Battle droids?
Former battle droids. They've been rehabilitated for civic duty.
But you allowed us to be harmed?
Exactly. You are Mandalorians. Weaponry and armor are intrinsic to your culture, are they not?
They are.
I knew you would help us.
Hold on there, Your Majesty. We didn't.
Plazier 15 would formally recognize Mandalore as a sovereign system and petition the new Republic to recognize it as such.
Oh!
What do you think?
Huh.
You had me at battle droids.
This is a really interesting plotline.
The community from the stockpile of captured
What
Imperial
the
robots.
fuck is happening? They're like, what if we just put every famous person in this episode for no reason? Marty!
Until one day, an isolated event.
What?
That our security cameras caught.
Jesus. I just want Marty McFly to show up and be like, Doc, what are you doing in Star Wars?
Yeah.
There's a fail-safe cutoff switch built into this system. However, citizens voted against any interruption in droid services. They can't live without it.
Is this episode about the morality of AI?
Down the droids, our citizens wouldn't know how to survive. Our society would collapse.
It might
Interesting.
be.
They're throwing a lot of like deep themes in this real quick. I'm actually like kind of really on board with this episode.
Malevolence, speak to the Ugnaughts.
Ugnaughts. See what happens when you rely on droids.
Are you taking this personally?
Just pointing it out.
Did they leave Grogu with Lizzo?
He's probably safer there, you know? Like,
He's having the best day ever.
yeah.
I hope they come back and he's got like a wig on. Like she's like giving him like a full makeover. New clothes.
New clothes.
Grogu finally gets new clothes.
New holo train.
I am Bo-Katan Kryze. Which one of you is in charge?
Good talk. Good talk.
I am Mandalorian Din Djarin, friend of Ugnaught Kuiil. You will answer our questions and help us with our task. I have spoken.
I like that Quill came back in a little way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We were engaged to hunt down and eliminate the malfunctioning droids.
There are no such droids.
We're not in any way suggesting that your work is to blame. The stories of Ugnaugh's skill with smithing droids are legendary.
Here are the locations of the droids you seek.
Thank you. We are in your debt. I have spoken.
Let's go.
All right.
That's a nice little callback.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to, like, showing how Din's grown and what he's learned.
Mm-hmm.
Ugnaughts always seem sure of themselves.
Well, it's the only lead we've got, so we might as well have a look around.
It's funny. A lot of people have been making this, like, argument that Bo is the protagonist of this season.
Yeah.
And I think it's because she's growing.
Mm-hmm.
But people are ignoring the fact that so much of this season is built on showing the new man that Din has become and what he's learned around the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And how his choices are influencing all of the directions they're going together.
Yeah. Like, Bo-Katan is definitely having a huge arc right now.
Oh.
But
this is a restricted area.
I'm so glad they're back. Let's go.
Voices.
For the Duchess to investigate the droid malfunctions.
Yes. I saw the reports. What are you doing?
Then this shouldn't faze them.
A little reference to Boston Dynamics. Oh, shit.
Recertified, huh?
You should have left them alone.
Is Star Wars finally gonna, like, talk about the, like, weird Are Droids Sentient story of Star Wars?
Well, they've hinted at that.
Yeah, I know, but they always skip it a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. Feel like Solo.
Yeah, Solo did it the most.
A lot. Yeah.
Whoa! Din's like, oh, Bo brought her jetpack and I forgot mine. God damn it.
Nice. Oh, no, he doesn't have it.
She might be wearing his, actually. Oy. This looks great.
Yeah.
They went all out for this. Let's go, Mando. That's gonna be a meme so fast.
Sorry?
That's gonna be a meme. The Super Battle Droid's going down and the zoom in on Bo-Katan.
The Resistor.
Sounds like a droid bar.
What if I did a sexy battle droid cosplay?
Like a B1 or a Super Battle Droid?
Like this guy with the
Super Battle
snatched
Droid?
waist.
The snatched waist.
Right?
Yeah.
You kicking droids is really not helpful.
I figured out which one was malfunctioning, didn't I?
You did it your way, now let me do it mine, okay?
God, they already talk like a couple. But like, if droids have bars,
yeah,
and free time, it brings up weird questions.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars has this really weird line. Oh, and like they're being cut off.
It's not terrifying.
That bright blue C-3PO is
great.
Great.
If you don't start answering questions, I'll yank your memory circuit and dissect it back at the lab. Nobody leaves.
Look, you are not helping.
I was just talking about how this season is about how Din has grown, and it's also about how Din is exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah.
You want me to pull your hearing sensors too?
Also, like, Bo-Katan can whisper because she doesn't have the helmet on, but Din is just speaking at normal volume to the whole room.
There are concerns among my customers that we will be replaced.
By what?
Humans.
Well, these catastrophes don't help your argument.
Exactly. That's why we need your help. Organics created us. It's the least we can do.
That is a really weird direction for this to go. No. Because it's kind of like the Dobby problem in Harry Potter, Of like, no, they enjoy being subservient. That was a great shot.
It seems the malfunctioning droids all imbibed from the same batch of Nepenthe.
Interesting. So it's like an oil that... It's like a drug?
Yes. Let me isolate them.
The droids are being dosed with, like, droid fentanyl?
Oh my god.
Wait, you know what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
Chances that they're still active.
I didn't realize.
Oh, fuck! Oh, because the thing went into that droid. Oh, cool. It's back! He finally wields it.
They're still active.
Cool.
Interesting.
This is like a really interesting detective story for the show to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually nanodroids.
How did nanodroids get into the Nepenthe?
Droids on droids on droids.
They were requisitioned by the security office.
Is that unusual?
It's illegal. There's no record of this transaction on the government registry.
Doc, why are you bringing illegal droids into the planet?
Is there a name?
Our head of security, Commissioner Hellgate.
It makes more sense when you think about why such a famous person was cast in such a like weird role.
I was waiting for him to come back. I was like,
yeah.
There's no way that's his only scene.
Everyone freeze! If I trigger this failsafe, it will convert the planet's docile workforce back into battle droids and unleash them.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What?
Don't make me do it.
How long can you stand over that button?
Yeah.
Count Dooku was a visionary. He was cut short in his prime by the Jedi and forces.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
It's been a while since we've had a mention of Count Dooku in a Star Wars. That was nice.
It's funny because I'm currently watching Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So this is like so tied in.
Get that for you, my lady.
Oh my god, is this gonna be like Alice in Wonderland?
Yes. Rich people are so weird. But at least Grogu's having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Grogu!
I've never seen such a streak.
Nailed it.
Grogu's fallen the Qui-Gon Jinn ways of cheating at games.
We found the cause of your malfunctions.
Perhaps someday I can earn such forgiveness from your grace.
Perhaps.
I don't know how long you're gonna live.
I also give to you both our highest honor, the key to Plaisir.
The clitoris?
What?
The key to pleasure?
Wow. They just had a key waiting.
You will always be welcome in our domed paradise.
Massive. What the fuck?
Rich people.
Yeah.
And to this little one, I grant knighthood.
What?
Oh, you are now a knight of the Ancient Order of Independent Regencies. Brave travelers, until our paths meet again.
Grogu had the easiest Jedi Knight trial of them all, which was just pleasing a rich noble.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
God damn. How much did Lizzo pay to play with Grogu? Like
nothing. If Lizzo asks, people just do it things.
No, I know.
They're going to follow you.
I'm not their leader anymore.
You are.
Max Wolves is.
No, you have the Darksaber.
Din has the Darksaber.
That's what I mean.
They need to marry. Maybe Lizzo should have married them, and then they could have been like king and queen of Mandalore.
Right.
And then like the Darksaber would be 50% hers anyway.
Yeah.
What's mine is yours and all that shit, you know? This fleet is super rad though. They got a whole dang fleet, like.
Yeah, they're doing okay.
I've come to reclaim my fleet.
There's no longer your
Let's go,
fleet.
Bo.
Then I challenge you. One warrior to another.
Let's go!
Alrighty.
Do you accept my challenge?
I like him. It's sad he's gonna die.
Unless she spares him.
I mean, he's not winning this.
No.
Oh. Oh.
Grogu's just like. Oh, alright.
When Mandalorians fight, everyone has to be watching.
Yeah, honestly.
Neither of you have your helmets on. Oh! What a move!
That was cool, that was cool, that was cool.
Damn. That was a good fight.
That was really good. It felt very real.
Yeah.
Mandalorians are stronger together.
But according to our ways, the ruler of Mandalore must possess the dark saber.
Then she shall have it.
What?
Oh. Just punch me, and then you can take it. Right? You just have to, like, win it.
While exploring Mandalore, I was captured, and this blade was taken from me. Bo-Katan rescued me and slayed my captor.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Would this blade then not belong to her?
Got him.
Was that Andrew Tate in the back of that shot?
No. He's in... I guess he wouldn't have been in jail while they were filming this.
It would.
So is that why it doesn't really work for Din?
I don't know.
Like, does the blade have, like, a soul?
But when we were watching that episode, we were like...
Return this blade.
We even talked about it then, like, isn't it... It's weird that she ends up with the Darksaber in that episode.
Yeah.
But this makes 1,000% sense.
Yeah.
And it allows, like... Because Din doesn't want to lead Mandalore.
No,
he has no interest in that, right?
He's got other shit to do.
And so this allows that storyline to move without them having to fight, just to have a fight that Din doesn't want to win.
Very cool.
Rad.
Cool. All right.
Wow.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Let's go.
Wow. It's interesting. We're watching this a little bit later, and I managed to not get spoiled, but I did see a couple of my friends, like, non-spoilery, like, thoughts.
Tweet about, yeah.
And a lot of people were unhappy with this episode.
I'm not really sure why.
I get it.
Really?
Yeah. I think that if you want Din to... I think that it's a question of people want Din to have a place in this show that Din doesn't want to have.
Oh, people want Din to be the be-all, end-all.
They want him to be the
ruler.
Mandalore.
Yeah.
Right? And I think what's so interesting about this show, and this conversation that I keep bringing up about people wanting him to be the protagonist, he 1,000% is the protagonist of the show.
Yeah, he's just not the most, not the most important person, but he's not, like, the top of the food chain. Because he doesn't want to be.
But he is in terms of action, right? His choices are defining the direction of the show, and his relationships are defining the progression of the plot, right?
Yeah.
You cannot move through the show the way that they have been without understanding his relationship to Queel in season 1.
Totally.
Or like his relationship with Carson Teva in the last episode.
I just mean, like a lot of people want the protagonist to be the king or the chosen one or the ruler or the prince or
But the thing that I find fascinating about this is that this story is Lancelot's story, and King Arthur is present, and Bo-Katan is the King Arthur of this story. But King Arthur is the most boring part of but seriously, like, King Arthur, after he pulls the sword out of the stone, is the least interesting part of that story.
Yeah, depending on the version that
because
you know, but
it becomes about how the most important thing King Arthur does after that point is build relationships with the knights.
Yes.
And then it's about what they're willing to do for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what is so interesting about Mandalorian season 3 is that this has really like kind of become a what if Lancelot is the protagonist,
Mm-hmm.
and the story is about how they, as a outsider to the kingdom, because you know Lancelot is an outsider to the Arthur legend as well.
Mm-hmm.
What if they, as an outsider to the kingdom, bring honor and glory to the king through relationship and through their actions and through the things they learned on their mission?
Yeah.
And I think that there's this really cool Lancelot Arthur thing happening between Din and Bo.
Yeah.
And I think that if you wanted Din to be the Arthur of this story, and you wanted him to be the like prophecy chosen one,
Yeah.
I can understand why this would be disappointing, right? I
Yeah.
think that this is not going in that direction at all.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm starting to get this really cool, like, what if the second in command is the reason why this reluctant leader becomes a leader?
Yeah.
And that story's, I don't think I've seen that story told this way before. And so this is something new. And I think that when Star Wars tries to play with new ideas within Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
people get a little bit frustrated. They want the like, Luke is the protagonist because the prophecy says so and we're going to follow him. Whereas this is a little bit more like Din isn't prophesied to be the protagonist of the story.
Yeah.
And yet he's leading it from this like secondary position.
Yeah. Like right now this story is not about Din and Grogu and like, you know, keeping Grogu from the Empire, like that kind of thing. Like the story was for a while, right? The story's taken a different direction. And I think that, yeah, sometimes people are like, no, different bad. Or they don't like it because it's not what they wanted or expected.
Mm-hmm.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this.
I can't imagine watching the show so far and thinking like, oh, Din wants to be the leader of Mandalore.
God, no.
He's never shown an interest in that.
No.
But he believes in Mandalore. And I think that Bo wants that and would be a good leader. Like, I think Bo is a bit of a controversial character, I know. But I really get the vibe that, like, Din understands what his desires are. He wants to be a good dad to Grogu, and he wants to help the covert. He wants to be a good person.
Yeah.
And he's finding his way to that while also... That's our fire alarm.
Right.
I'll just cut this. While also telling the story of Din pursuing what he wants, right?
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. If you gave me a magic sword and you told me that I am now the president because I have this magic sword,
I'd be like,
and there was a person that I could come up with a technicality to give the magic sword to, I would come up with that technicality so goddamn fast, especially if that person was someone who I had a good relationship with,
and
who I trusted.
Yeah, and who you think would be a good leader, especially because of who they are and what that name means to Mandalore, right? Like, the name Kryze is like...
A blessing and
like,
a curse. It's both.
Sure. Yeah. I just mean she's not a nobody.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she's not just a random Mandalorian.
But no, I really do think that... I think that the expectations for what this season were going to be... Partially because Book of Boba Fett kind of stole the... Not stole, that sounds too harsh, but took the narrative thrust going into this season away with Grogu and Din meeting up in that.
No, they stole it.
And so but it's written by the same people, so it's all one story.
I still hate that they did that, but it's fine.
I know, but I think that it's a really interesting thing they're doing now where Bo is earning being the Mandalore, which is what she wants.
Yep.
And Din is pursuing what he wants.
Mandalore, isn't Mandalore the planet?
Yeah, but the Mandalore is like...
Oh, the leader?
The, like, legend of Mandalore.
Oh, okay,
Like, the Mandalore was the first one to ride the mythosaur.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think. I might be getting that wrong. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
That's true.
So, I don't know. I I'm impressed with this episode because I loved it.
Yeah.
I love that it touched on the weird elements of droid rights, and maybe didn't go in far into it as I want them to. And I think Star Wars needs to figure out where it lands on this because it's weird.
Yeah.
But I loved that it went into the amnesty program in a way that feels a little weird, but at the same time, like it looks like like Jack Black's amnesty character is kind of working out for this planet.
It's trying, you know. It's not.
He seems more sincere about it than Elia. I can never remember how her name's pronounced.
Isla.
Isla.
The thing about that is, I think that if you only showed the amnesty program like negatively, that it never worked for anybody, or that it was just shitty, like that would be really tough to be believable.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, no, everyone's a double agent. Like, no, I feel like Jack Black is honestly just like, hey, I'm gonna try and make a life for myself. I can't imagine that every single person in the Empire was evil at heart and didn't have questions about what they were doing. They just had no way to get out.
Yeah.
Like what?
Which is
what
like Battle Scars goes into with Fred, right?
Yeah.
I recommend reading that book. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I really like this episode. This episode framed the season for me, finally, in a way that I understand where we're going.
Yeah.
And I think that if you don't like the Lancelot Arthur thing that I'm bringing up,
yeah,
I can understand why this isn't working for you. And you want Din to like... But like Din doesn't have any goals right now. And so I think supporting Bo doing what she wants is leading this show.
Yeah.
And I've liked this episode a lot. I'm actually like surprised at the reaction I've seen online.
Me too. Yeah, after watching this, I'm surprised as well.
Yeah, it was kind of great.
Yeah.
And like, this was as like thematically intelligent as the Pershing stuff was, where the Pershing stuff felt a little bit unrelated to the show at large.
Yeah.
This felt like it was kind of diving into a same thematic idea, but it was closer to our main plot, so it didn't feel like such a deviation for me.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know if the amnesty stuff with Jack Black in this episode would hit as hard if we hadn't had that storytelling there.
With it before,
so
yeah.
it's this season is starting to like knit together in a way that I'm really enjoying, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
The special effects in this episode look unreal.
The makeup for the water creatures, the Moncal and the
Quarrens.
Yeah. Holy shit. I literally just watched that arc in Clone Wars like 2 days ago.
It's one of the best arcs in the whole show.
How they brought it to live action. Like, obviously we've seen the Moncal in live action before. I don't think we've seen the Quarren.
Yeah, we have.
We have?
Yeah, in the first episode of The Mandalorian, Din fights he splits a Quarren in half with the door.
See, that's so long ago. I don't know. It fucking looked phenomenal. Like, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think this is going to be...
We're about to see a new, like, version of tentacle porn, though. So, you know.
Yes. I think this is going to be one of the episodes that people actually are still talking about in a few years.
Yeah.
You know, I think that The Mandalorian is pulpy sci-fi fun in a way that I love. But some of that is like, oh, that was a great action sequence. There's not a lot to dive into. This episode was very resonant.
Yeah, touched on a lot of relevant things right now.
And I think that there's a lot of people who have been accustomed to the pulpy sci-fi fun of Mandalorian who don't want to think as hard about this one and are going to walk away from it with a different viewing that I did. And that's totally fine, right? Like, I think that what I see in it, somebody else isn't going to see in it. But I think this is going to be one of those episodes that I fight with people online to be like, no, you don't understand. Like, this was important. This was telling the story of so many elements of the world the Mandalorians live in now.
Yeah. And
the freaking Plaisir people recognizing Mandalore as a planet is huge.
Yeah.
And it like that. This episode is so dense and has so many thematic
even though
moments
it feels a little fluffy. Like the surface plot of it is like, oh, they're solving a mystery. You know, like it's almost like. But what's the like genre of that? It doesn't matter. But like there is so much underneath of that surface level that like it's why it worked for me. I was a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
When this was the plot that was revealed, I was like, ooh, is this gonna be like super cringe? But it wasn't.
Well, and I think that like it's uncomfortable because the satire of wealthy elite people of this season of Mandalorian, between what happened in the Pershing episode in the theater scene and the Jack Black Lizzo characters and what they represent in terms of real world culture, it's a little bit uncomfortable to talk about.
Yeah.
And so I think that there are going to be people who are like, do Star Wars, don't do like real world politics. But this is the kind of politics that doesn't lean right or left. It's just kind of rich people.
Yeah.
And this is mocking rich people in a way that I think is really intelligent and like a necessary criticism of the world that we live in right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really, really liked this episode a lot.
Yeah, me too.
The fight at the end was great. The
So
battle
good.
droids looked really cool. Getting the super battle droid destroying a car, like I don't get why people didn't like this.
I wanted to do a super battle droid cosplay now.
In terms of the plot of this season, I think this is the most important episode so far.
Yeah.
And I'm really confused. I'm going to be at Celebration all weekend. I'm going to talk to everybody and be like, why did you tweet this? I can't, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I'd like to know. But I really enjoyed it.
Seeing them as Lancelot and Arthur in my brain now clicks this whole season. Like, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, for sure.
He's the yeah, it's all there. Okay, I'm on board. I might be the only person left, or we might be the only people left on board. But I think that's the best episode of the season so far, and people are going to be... I can't wait for the comments on this video.
No, I really enjoyed last week's. I don't know what it was, but it just kind of like hit right for me.
Oh, yeah.
I think last week's was my favorite so far, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
I wish I had known that it was Zeb.
Oh, yeah. No,
yeah. Because I was like, oh, another Lasat. Like, I didn't assume it was Zeb. Partially because I didn't expect Zeb to end up in the New Republic, but we know that Hera fights with the rebellion from that one episode of Forces of Destiny, I think it was called. So it makes sense that he ends up there. I just assumed it was just another Lasat, and then I found out after the episode that it was Zeb, and I'm like losing my mind over it because he looks so good. Anyway, that's probably enough chat. We've said this was really good. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. If you're like, I'm not going to subscribe to this channel, your video quality's crap, this is a one-off. We promise.
I'm so sorry.
We promise from the bottom of our hearts this was a mistake of not bringing the right equipment. And also, I forgot that Europe has different plugs. So we have a bunch of adapters that hopefully aren't burning through our computer's battery. Because they're like different voltages or something. I'm not smart enough to know.
Don't worry about it.
If you want to follow us around the internet, the goddess, come on.
Huh?
The algorithm goddess of this
Lizzo?
episode. Of course it's Lizzo.
It's Lizzo, yeah.
Who doesn't love Lizzo, right?
Yeah. She's a fucking gem. Like,
yeah.
I adore her.
And also, like, Lizzo and Grogu teaming up is cuter than I ever thought it could possibly be.
I'm really glad I didn't get spoiled on that.
I'm really glad that Lizzo was like, I'm going to knight Grogu for helping me cheat.
Yeah.
It's not usually how Jedis become knights, but...
Yeah, don't worry about it.
If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
As always, y'all, may the force be with you. And if you're at Star Wars Celebration, we're going to be there tomorrow. So for the last day's Monday. This is going up Sunday night. So come see us.
Yeah, say hi.
We'll be there.
We have
She'll
pins.
be dressed.
We'll give you pins. And if we have any left by Monday.
Questionable.
We'll see.
They're pretty cute.
Bye.